All right, let's pull back the curtain on something that's surrounded by, well, a ton of myths, how wealth is actually built in America. We're going to deconstruct the entire journey from a simple side hustle all the way to what we might call luxury living, using a blueprint that honestly might surprise you. So let's just get this out of the way right up front. We all love those stories, right? The lottery winner, the tech genius who becomes a billionaire overnight. But the reality? For almost everyone, that's just not how it works. This quote, it really gets to the core of it. The real path isn't about one single lucky moment. It's a process. Okay, so if it's not a lottery ticket, if it's not some viral app that explodes out of nowhere, then what is the actual blueprint? What's the pattern that people who succeed really follow? Well, that's exactly what we're about to break down step by step. And our journey starts right here, with a part of the story that nobody ever talks about, the quiet beginning. It's, a lot less glamorous than you'd probably think. I mean, how true is this, especially today? For so many people, that first real step toward building something isn't some huge risky venture. It's a side hustle. It's opening up a laptop after your day job is done. Technology has completely changed the game, making it possible for pretty much anyone to test out an idea without having to, risk it all. And look, we're not talking about some abstract, pie-in-the-sky ideas here. These are the real, tangible starting points. Things like freelancing your skills, setting up a small online shop, creating content. Things that you can literally start doing right now. Okay, so you've got that side hustle. It's bringing in a little extra cash. That's awesome. But that's not wealth. Not yet. This next part, this is the most critical pivot in the entire process. This is where you turn simple effort into a real engine. And this just lays it out so clearly. On the left side, you're trading your time directly for money. There's a hard ceiling on that, right? There are only so many hours in a day. But on the right, now we're talking. You're building a system that can grow without you. A freelancer becomes an agency. A single store becomes a brand. This is the big leap from labor to leverage. And when you break it down, it's actually a pretty logical evolution. First, you start a service you can do yourself. Then, you figure out how to make it a repeatable process. You systematize it. And finally, you leverage that system by hiring or outsourcing the work. That frees you up to work on the business, not just in it. And here it is. This is the absolute goal. The whole point is to decouple your income from the hours you personally have to put in. That's the secret sauce. When your system is making you money while you're sleeping, that's when you start to see real, meaningful wealth accumulation. So once that system is humming along and spitting out consistent profit, you've unlocked the next level. Now, it's not just about what you do anymore, it's about what your money can do. This is where things really start to accelerate. This right here, this might be the single most important piece of discipline that separates the wealthy from, well, everybody else. The temptation to upgrade your car, your house, your whole life as soon as you start making more money is huge. But the blueprint is clear. You have to resist that and put the profits back to work first. And look at how aggressive this is. We're not talking about your standard save 10%. The model says to funnel a huge majority, like 80% of your profits, right back into growth. That little slice for lifestyle, that comes after you've fed the growth engine. So why is this so powerful? It all comes down to this one beautiful word, compounding. It's your money making money, and then that money starts making its own money. It's like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small, but over time, the growth becomes absolutely explosive. It's the true engine of wealth. So where does all this reinvested cash go? Well, it's not just one place. It's a strategy. Some of it goes right back into the business to scale it even faster. And the rest gets diversified into other assets, stocks, stable index funds, and of course, real estate. Which brings us to what you could call the end game of this whole blueprint. Because the ultimate goal isn't just to have a big pile of money. No, it's to get something much, much more valuable than that: freedom. And true freedom is built on passive income. Plain and simple, this is money that comes in whether you're actively working or not. It's the income from all those systems and all those investments you've spent years building. And this can look like a lot of different things, right? It could be dividends from stocks you own. It could be rental income from an investment property. It could be royalties or even sales from that automated business you built way back when. The key is, it's no longer tied to your day-to-day effort. And this is such a powerful shift in how you think. The real target isn't just to be rich.
The strategic goal is for your passive income to grow until it's more than your living expenses. The moment that happens, you are financially free. Work becomes a choice, not a requirement.
Let's talk about real estate for a second, because it plays a really interesting role here. Its purpose kind of evolves. Your first home, that's a personal asset. It's for stability. But the next level is buying properties as pure investments. They generate cash flow, they appreciate, and this is key, banks love to lend money against them, which gives you even more leverage.
Okay, so we've talked about the systems, the money, the assets, but none of it, absolutely none of it works without the most important component of all.
And that's your mindset. It's the software that runs the entire operation. It's having a long-term focus in a world obsessed with short-term gains. It's having the discipline to reinvest when you'd rather spend. It's constantly learning, adapting, and maybe the most important of all, being persistent when things inevitably go wrong. You have to adopt this way of thinking. It is so, so crucial. Every mistake, every project that doesn't work out, that's not a reason to quit. It's just data. It's feedback. It's a lesson that makes your next move smarter. People who succeed see setbacks as part of the game, not the end of the road. This quote just wraps it all up perfectly, doesn't it? It's not about being lucky. It's not about where you started. It's about being willing to think differently than everyone else, to act with consistency day in and day out, and to have the patience to let time and compounding do their magic. So, there you have it. That's the blueprint. It starts small, it scales with systems, it accelerates through reinvestment, and it's all powered by a resilient mindset. So that just leaves one question, really. What's the very first brick you can lay in your own blueprint?